Tesla has been making a lot of money from one source, which is basically credits. Yeah, carbon credits, essentially. Automakers have paid Tesla on average over the last few years around $2 billion per year. But some of that is about to dry up because of the Trump administration's changes to the rules in the United States. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis have paid billions of dollars to Tesla and to Rivian until recently Trump changed the rules. The emissions rollbacks will reshape the EV market, boosting gas cars while threatening EV automaker profits. This is particularly for the United States. These changes are not happening like this in Europe, right? In Europe, Tesla will continue to make money from other car makers. Stellantis and other manufacturers in Europe will continue to have to pay Tesla for their carbon credits, but not in the United States. In the US, Tesla could potentially lose around $1 billion annually in credit revenue. Now, the EPA's mission was to protect health and the environment, and now the EPA is not doing that at all. The EPA is really not all that interested in health or the environment anymore. It's more interested in, well, helping the Detroit Big Three to stay in business. The automotive industry is changing rapidly this year. 2025 has been a big change, with Donald Trump's policies changing the way automakers are operating. The elimination of federal tax credits for electric cars is huge. $7,500 US per car, that's gone in less than 2 weeks. That's over. Paired with the removal of penalties for missing fuel economy targets under the CAFE regulations, well, now things have changed. And it will be more expensive to make an EV than it ever has been before. The immediate winners are combustion-heavy brands, big engines, General Motors, Ford, pickup trucks, etc. Brands that can now focus on selling trucks and SUVs without any financial punishment. It doesn't really matter if they pollute a lot because they no longer will have to pay anything as a consequence. Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, EV brands, they will lose billions over the next few years. Not because demand for their cars will collapse, but because a critical source of revenue has been pulled out from under them. At the center of this is the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, who is meant to improve the environment, improve the air. But they're working against the mission printed on their own website, says Car Scoops. Since 2022, General Motors has spent $3.5 billion buying regulated credits. Ford and Stellantis have spent billions as well. That cash went to brands like Tesla and Rivian, which had plenty of credits to sell since their cars emit zero emissions. And of course, also in the case of Tesla also get carbon credits from the sales of batteries. Big batteries, small batteries, it all adds up. With the end of the EV tax credits and CAFE fines, or CAFE fines, for breaking regulations, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis can pour the money they would have spent on credits back into their own bank accounts and into selling more internal combustion vehicles, pickup trucks, etc. That's what they make money from. They don't make money from selling EVs. They actually never have. Ford CEO Jim Farley said the policy shift has the potential to unlock a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, saying that the Blue Oval is already retooling its Oakville, Ontario plant to build Super Duty pickup trucks instead of electric cars. That's a big change. General Motors is cutting back on EV production, so is the Volkswagen Group, opting to overhaul factories for gasoline-fueled models. Stellantis has gone so far as to revive the thirsty Hemi V8 engine, which it got rid of because of, well, emissions regulations. We all thought, even Stellantis, Dodge themselves thought that their V8 engine was over. But it turns out the Trump administration have been able to successfully revive it. With all these changes, well, some EV brands could be finished. What will happen to Rivian? I mean, Rivian are losing massive amounts of money as it is. Not only does the end of tax credits make purchasing an EV less likely for many, but it also means that brands which used to benefit from selling tax credits now need to adjust to a completely new reality, especially brands like Rivian and Lucid that pretty much sell all their cars in the United States. Smaller brands might be in big trouble. Slate's truck, its pickup truck, it could be a challenge because now the starting price will be much higher as a result of these EV tax credits being removed and the actual point of sale tax credit of $7,500 US. That's a big difference. Larger brands like Tesla and Rivian have leaned on the pure profit they've gained by selling regulatory credits. That is true. And that money likely won't be coming back anytime soon. That's because the EPA is willing to do just about anything the Trump administration tells them to do. It states plainly that its mission is to protect human health and the environment. Well, the EPA does. Electric cars are better at that than combustion cars, obviously. I mean, we all know that. The EPA itself has an entire page dedicated to debunking the myths so many like to perpetuate about electric cars. It's all about why EVs are much better for the environment and for humans than internal combustion vehicles. JD Power, for example, and it's one of many sources, they indicate that when all costs are considered, EVs are cheaper to buy, maintain, and own long-term when compared to combustion cars. And that's not just in China, that's also in the United States. CarScoop says, no one argues that people should be forced into one type of car. Now, I actually do personally. I think we should ban internal combustion, but I'm extreme. Choice matters. The government shouldn't force anyone into a specific car or truck, but supporting policies that improve human health and the environment is what the EPA literally says it's supposed to do. Now it's not doing that at all. By supporting Trump's rollback of fuel economy standards and regulations, the agency is doing the exact opposite of its own mission statement. It is clearing the way for automakers to build more polluting vehicles, burn more fuel, and raise billions in total consumer savings. Really, the truth is, the EPA, to some degree, has been saving people from their own stupidity. If the EPA won't uphold its own mission, well, it seems that nobody will. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.